Hey, friends. Unfortunately, coronavirus happened, and Grandma, who's usually in our classroom, Grandma Karen, she's unable to be with us at this time. So we are going to have to do our word work a little different. Today, we're going to do our vocabulary words and their definitions. So pull out your vocabulary builder blue folder and get ready to begin. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few seconds to grab that and turn to the first page. And in the very middle of your box, you should write the word amaze. Everybody write the word amaze in the center of the box. Okay, so now that you've written the word amaze, let's define it. Let's find a definition for it. Think about when you're amazed at something. What does that mean? You're amazed that somebody can do something. Yes, it would be surprised. Surprised greatly, I would add, because it actually is surprised greatly. I think that's the one we're going to use. So go ahead in the definition box, write surprised greatly. And I apologize for my sloppy writing. Okay, let's try to come up with a sentence for amaze. If it means to surprise greatly, what sentence could we use? How about the magician will amaze you? Let's write that. Remember to start your sentence with a capital letter. The magician, and I know you're going to wait for me to spell that, right? The magician will amaze you. And then put a period. There we go. The magician will amaze you. You see where to write that? It says sentence over to the right. Everybody spell magician okay? If not, you can rewind me a little and watch it again because I'm going to move on. Our next word, let me erase this word. Our next word is conclusion. When you think of conclusion, what do you think of? When you think of conclusion, here's the word conclusion. Write that in the center of your box, remember. If our day has come to a conclusion, what does that mean? It has come to the end or the finish. So let's put in definition, end or finish. End or finish. Write that in your definition box. So we need a sentence. What could our sentence be? How about at the, you guys remember to capitalize your A, at the conclusion of today, grab, what do we grab at the conclusion of our day? Does anybody remember? Every day we grab this. Not your book bag, but yes, that too. At the conclusion of today, grab your mail. That's a good sentence. We're writing that sentence over on the right-hand side again. And again, if you need to pause this video and rewind a little to get all of this written down, that's perfectly fine. You're in charge of your video because we're going to move on because we have 5 or 6 words to do here. So we want to make sure we get them all in. All right, that was conclusion. Our next word is noticed. Noticed. Write that in the center of your box. Now, if you noticed something, it means what? I noticed you're smiling. I noticed you're really paying attention. I noticed you're wearing red. What does that mean? It means you become aware of. So, to become aware of, let's write that in our definition box. To become aware of. We need a sentence. Anybody? Okay, how about capital I noticed the estimation jar because Mrs. Heck put it out today. And I'm sure that most of you noticed that there was candy in an estimation jar. So let's write that sentence. I noticed the estimation jar. All right, again, you're in control of your video. We don't want to get too far behind here. We only have, 12 minutes? And I don't want to take up the whole 12 minutes. The next word is prefer. Let's write prefer in our circle in the center of our box. Now, Mrs. Heck has you choose your lunch every morning. And you tell Mrs. Heck which one you would prefer, choice 1 or choice 2. So when you prefer something, it means you like, let me put 2, like one, to like one, better than another. So you like one better than another. So I prefer to have my hamburger plain, but I guess if I'm stuck with condiments on it, I prefer choice 1 lunch, chicken nuggets, over choice 2 lunch, Uncrustable. To like one better than another. So what kind of sentence could you come up with? I prefer quiet. If somebody's giving you the choice between noisy or quiet and asking you which one you prefer, I prefer quiet. That's my sentence. I prefer quiet. You can also, during this time, if you have a better sentence, by all means, write your sentence. You'll just need to check with Mrs. Heck to make sure that it actually makes sense and that your word fits in there, okay? But if you want to say, I prefer football over basketball, that's a great sentence. And don't worry about your spelling because as we go, you're going to get better and better at spelling. And pretty soon you'll know how to spell all these words. And Mrs. Heck pretty much can figure out what you're saying anyways. And our last word for today is similar. Similar. If something is similar, what does that mean? If I say Dane and Sawyer are very similar, what does that mean? Yes, it means they are alike. To be alike. To be alike is a great definition. Because if you think about it, Dane and Sawyer are very much alike. All right, now we need a sentence. You can always write Dane and Sawyer are alike because Mrs. Heck already used that. Or you can say, how about soccer? Whoops, Mrs. Heck didn't start with a capital letter. Shame on her. Soccer and hockey. Now, I don't have to capitalize hockey because it's in my sentence. Are alike. And I know you're like, no, they're not. But they are. Really, they are. They have penalty boxes. They have defense and offense. They're trying to get their puck or their ball into a goal. So yes, they are very similar. Oh, I actually used alike instead of similar. See? Good thing I caught myself, right? I shouldn't put alike. I should put similar. That's a better word. That's what we're trying to do, is change our vocabulary. So let's try that. Soccer and hockey are similar. We're using similar. All right, so that is it for today. You can put your vocabulary folder back in your desk. Tomorrow, you will pull it back out and we will do synonyms and antonyms for them, okay? All right, see ya tomorrow.